Hey guys, how's it going? Ghostly Rich here today, and today we're going to be swapping out these speakers on this FJ. So, the best way to do so is we're going to pop off the door skin. As you can see here, you would think, oh, maybe it's a round speaker. It definitely is not. You can either use a 5x7 or a 6x9. The 5x7, you would need an adapter probably. So what you need is just a small little screwdriver. Press this in. After you do that, go ahead and pull this boy out. After you do that, there's going to be another flip door right here. If we're looking, you just get your little flat blade in here and pry this buddy up, and there'll be a screw hole in here, and there'll be one more right here in the door handle. So go ahead, pop this out. Look, another Phillips, and quickly go around our door skin here. I think that is our main ones. So pull out this Phillips and pull out a Phillips in there. Right here, if you want, get your fingernails or a panel popping tool, just flip it up. And then from there, press this tabbed connector. You press the tab in like so, and then pull out the connector. Now that we've made sure we got this screw out, that screw out, another cool thing to note, that one is silver, this one is black. Anyways, driver side and passenger side, only difference is driver side has a gray clip, passenger side has two white clips, and they both squeeze out the exact same, and they're both shaped like a brick. Anyways, come over here. Just pull right here. This is the hardest part. Those clips, if you've never removed them, they're gonna be nice and in there strong. Once we've gone ahead and we've done that, lift it out. You're gonna see these two right here. Well, this one already slipped out. Anyways, this was clipped in here. You just pop it forward and then wind it around until the opening and you slip it out. Let's show you right here. See if I can get it again. See how I pop that out? And then you slide it up to the groove and this slides right out of the way. Go put your door panel somewhere safe, and remember, green was on the bottom. Next thing to do, squeeze the side of the connector and come out. This one is a side squeeze. Once you do that, leave this off to the side, grab a 10 mil and pull out these 4 bolts. Squeeze your hands in here and separate it. Just like that. Wow, that's light. Look at that little baby magnet. This thing weighs less than 300 grams, not even a pound. The new ones are gonna be way better. Look at all that room we have in there. I pulled the window all the way down. You always do this, so that way you can see where the glass is. And the way this was designed, you can see the actuator stops right here with the window all the way down. So we don't have to worry about a window being in the way. We have lots of clearance in this door. Metra part number 828146. Get them. Why? They have a speaker wire pass through and it bolts up right here. And if you're worried about any pressure loss or anything for some reason, go ahead and add a bead of silicone on there and it'll help seal it right up. You won't get any rattle that way, and your screws will hold that in from factory. So I never buy these adapters, but if you want to, you can get the speaker adapter that makes it so you can just slide a pigtail onto the existing connector rather than solder. And that way you can just solder them just onto the speaker, and it makes the process super simple. Something to make sure that you do though is put the speaker inside the adapter ring before you do that, because if you go ahead and solder onto the speaker, you're not going to be able to fit that through that little hole on the top of this bracket right here. So make sure you put the pigtail through here so it's hanging out there, and then you could even mount your speaker onto here and then solder it with the wires going through here, so you can just screw it on and plug it in. Makes it pretty simple. Doesn't make a difference to me, and that's why I'm not getting these adapters. Now, if you're like me and maybe you didn't get the adapters and you're like, what do I do now? You can cut and solder. The positive wire is the red blue one right here. How you can tell is it's the one closest to the connector's tab. So that's how you know which one's positive. The one that's near the connector's tab right here. There we go. There's our red blue wire, which is the closest to that tab. Once again, we've soldered it, heat shrinked it, put our negative on there, comes down to here. Big one, which is our positive. So big one is going to our positive blue red, and then our negative is going to our blue wire right here, comes through. If you are worried about anything, you could tape or put some liquid heat shrink or whatever you want on these. I don't bother. Some people, the other thing they'll do is they'll wipe them down with Vaseline, just like you would a battery terminal, so that way it doesn't corrode. Again, I'll leave it up to you. I'm not too worried about them. By the time those corrode out and rot out, we'll be needing new speakers always. So, other than that, let's go ahead and strap this in with 4 screws. They should usually come in with your new speakers. I ended up going with a little bit meatier screws. I wanted something that had a little bit more teeth on it, just because I put in the other screws and they just did not grip at all. It would just spin. These actually tightened in, and this vehicle is going off-road. So 100% want to make sure that these are not going to back out. Now that we've got this, let's get our door panel and we're going to line it up. Before you put your door panel on, you need a Christmas tree popper like this. The reason why is we're going to put this in here, and we need to remove, if we can, this from the door, just like that. And the reason why is some of these usually get stuck. It's just the age of them, and if they break, you can always take one of these to the auto parts store and you can go and buy some more. And they look just like that. Just in case you want to order them in advance. Now that we've got 2 of those that got stuck, we're gonna go slide these back in the door panel, and then we can sink it on. You might not need to see this, but maybe you do. Just goes like this. They just click in just like that. No matter what I do, this is gonna be a dark shot. So you see the green one? We're in the bottom, not the top one. See how you sink the wire in the ball, bring it over, and then it clips back in just like that. Next is to do the exact same here. Bring it down, around, and sink it back in. So now we can just lift this up here, and it should just hook on to the door. Just like that. Make sure before you sink anything in, you can reach this. From here, start pressing your clips back in. Go around, just give it a nice press. From there, you can click your switch back in. It has a little hook on it. Slide the hook in and then press down. Put in silver screw, black screw, and sink these up. All you do is press them closed. Press these back in like I said. Once those are pressed back in, take this, press the nub so it's kind of just poking out the top. You should see now that that little nub right there is sticking out, just like yay. And come over here, slide that in, and make it flat. That won't go anywhere. Congratulations, you put the door panel on. Do it to both driver's and passenger side, and then we'll attack our tweeters. Best thing to do is use your fingernail once again, pop that in, and then you just turn this. Go over here, turn this, and then go back here. And we're gonna just pop this up. Just wanna see how this one comes out. Probably another 2 clips that have never been removed before. There. And same thing with the last side. See if I can get it. There. Flip this up, move it out of the way. Grab your 10 mil and remove. We'll leave this bracket in here. Just take out the tweeter right here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna actually gut this tweeter, and we're gonna use this factory bracket to mount our new tweeter. It's going to be really hard for you to see, and I can't get any angle on this, but there are 2 side tabs on a bracket right here. Can you see that? Actually, let's see if I can bend this up a little bit and show you. See this little white clip right here? What we want to do is squeeze the 2 centers, and it'll actually push down. And if you squeeze and push down, let's see, come on. Just like that. Either way, what you want to do is squeeze and push down like that. See how that came out? It's because of these 2 little barbs. Next thing to do, compress, and just like you did with your door speakers, pull this away. Never works on camera. So anyways, press, pull this out of the way, and then this is the part we're going to be modifying. I would just start off by doing this. And then you can, like I said, just go into here and pull out the insides of this speaker, this Very easy to pull out paper speaker. Like I said, after you've separated it from the edges, just like this, now you can see right through. So once you cut through this with tin snips, it'll be separated from the basket. So if you take a look here, see how it's holding the rim of the tweeter? That's exactly what you want. So you bend them at a certain angle, and then what you do is certain tweeters, depending on the brand that you're using, it'll have a screw-on ring. This one has a pinch ring. So it's just like got teeth on it, and I slide it on over top. So you pinch those teeth in between so they won't move. And that tweeter is so light, it's not gonna go anywhere anyway. But that way, we've now modified the tweeter mounts. So let's go over it. Remember how we trimmed it? We slid this down. This has the sandwich ring rather than the turn-in, so that's on there. Now for the wiring. Depending on which one you use, this one has a -3 wire, which means -3 decibels, takes the sharpness a bit out of the tweeter. Up to you if you want to. This client of mine wants to not use the at 0. He wants it -3, a little less sharp. So that's what I did. I wired it in so it's a little less sharp. Not all tweeters are like that. Some of them might have a little flick switch or whichever way, or other ones, there is nothing. You just have a little capacitor which you solder on. This one just has a little mini tweeter crossover. So if you just have a little capacitor there, then all you would do is solder it in line. And if it is directional, make sure that you follow the side that says in and out. So as you can see, I've soldered in. We've now got it soldered, heat shrinked, and red goes to red and black goes to black. It's as simple as that. I put double-sided sticky tape on here because what I'm going to do is stick this inside the pocket. Might even put a couple more strands on here. And once it's stuck in there, bolt the tweeter on top. Just go ahead, clip that back on, sink this back down here, and remember how we popped that out? Go ahead and pop it back in. And then after you do that, peel off your double-sided sticky tape off to the side and stick it away or towards the edge of it, so that way it's not going to interfere with your tweeter when you put it in. So just put it off to the side on either side. Stuck it right here. Going to move this on and over to the side. That way we know it's not going to get pinched. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and slide that tweeter in and bolt the screws back in. Looks beautiful in there. Let's go ahead, take this and seal it up. Now that we've done that, go ahead and test it out. Can't really show you anything because of copyright, but go ahead and I would just put some power to it and check it with your stereo and make sure your front speaker is now working.